All right, boys and girls. Jets lose 24-17 to the Miami Dolphins. Um, it's frustrating. It's not a lot of fun. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot, missing field goals, penalties on third downs, deep when Miami's deep in our territory. Not going to win games like that. But there were some positive things, right? Like this wasn't an overall bad game from the Jets here. I think watching Michael Carter play well. Hopefully he's all right. He went out with an ankle. Elijah Moore, 8 receptions, 141 yards and a touchdown. He did have the 1 carry for 15 yards as well. This guy is a playmaker, and I'm so excited that we're finally getting him the ball more frequently. Between him and Michael Carter, we've got 2 legit weapons on this offense. I thought Flacco played fine as far as like the Flacco White kind of a thing. I don't think the quarterback was the reason we lost this game today. I think a lot of it was penalties. It was self-inflicted wounds. Hopefully Wilson's good to go. I think who said it in the chat? Dre Perez says we need those explosive plays from Wilson. And I think that's what we're missing. I mean, the nice play to Moore, right? Like, whew, that was good. That was explosive. I see John says, John Franklin Myers has been a real treat since signing his deal. His penalty today cost us the game technically. Yeah, that one. And was it Pinnock? I think it was Pinnock that had the hold as well. There was two bad third down penalties. The John Franklin Myers one was just absolutely awful, rough in the passer, and it wasn't even close. Didn't like that. John says Greg Van Roten did great today. He warmed that bench perfectly. Loving the sub for him. Hopefully we can get ourselves a right guard. Hopefully that's I always Le Louvant Duvernay or whatever his name is. Very much looking forward to seeing that side of the offensive line playing better. Overall, I thought we played better. I think we're still making the stupid mistakes. If you watch the post-game press conference with Joe Flacco, he basically echoed the same thing. You're going to continue to lose games until you figure out how to not commit those penalties. And then after you're done committing those penalties, then you start to figure out how to win games. And it's frustrating right now. But who knows? We got the Texans next week. They did just come off a big win against the Titans today. Didn't see that one coming. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I do think there's some interesting stuff happening around the league too. The Panthers wind up losing to the Washington football team, so our 2nd and 4th round picks wind up getting better. Jets, as of right now, own the number 2 overall pick, and I believe 7th, I think, for Seattle. And then it depends what happens with Seattle today. I see you guys. We still need a kicker. Yeah, you look. This game, the Jets played well enough to win today, flat out, well enough to win, but they shot themselves in the foot and forced themselves not to win. Like this is sort of what I expected the majority of the year. Like to be competitive in a game, but just lose because of inexperience, rookie mistakes, just boneheaded plays. And I think if I could see sort of competitiveness and growth from our young guys, because that's what we got out of Elijah Moore. It's what we got out of Michael Carter. AVTs continue to look good. Like, that's what I want to see. I could really care less about the whole the win-loss stuff. Raul says I should stop watching the rest of the year. No, don't stop watching. That's not fun. Me Wiseman says Sal's presser was refreshing. He wasn't spraying Febreze on things. No, I think people realize like, hey, look, we're making mistakes and we lost this game. But I think we played well enough to be in the game. Not that that's necessarily like a ringing endorsement, but we played well enough to win the game. What else are you guys talking about in there? JFM equals Muhammad Wilkerson. I hope not. I don't want to see that. I like John Franklin Myers. I think you'll see him perform a lot better once we get the edge on the opposite side. I think that's what they're kind of missing right now. We're just not getting home. Sal's quote, 90% of NFL games are lost. 10% are won. Today we lost. Wow. Yeah, that's a good quote. That's a good line. I didn't catch that one. Scorpion says, John Franklin Myers roughing on third, Pinnock holding on third. We gave victory to the Dolphins. Yeah, we snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, right? That's how that goes. Doing stupid things again. That's what you expect out of a young team, though. I'll just continue to say that. If I see growth out of our young draft picks, which I've continually seen at least the last few weeks, we've got some very nice pieces that we got on this team, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we can add to that, because I think we're just kind of depleted right now. We're not at the point where we're ready to win games yet. But I don't know. Jets World says the safeties are horrible. Davis tries to use his speed too much. Davis, I'm intrigued by Davis. He's probably one of the more interesting players that I want to watch through the rest of this season. Ashton Davis. He had his first career interception today. He stripped like 3 balls out over the course of the last 2 weeks prior to this game. So you're starting to see some life from him. I think there's just a few things that have to really kind of click and hit home. And I think having some consistent pressure on the quarterback would help him on the back end. But ideally, he plays well the rest of the season, and we at least have one of our safeties kind of locked in, and then maybe you bring back a joiner, or you go out and you draft or sign another safety. But ideally, having him pan out would be big time for us. Moore became, what does that say? Scorpion says, Moore become game after game our number one wide receiver. Yeah, I do think Elijah Moore is our number one wide receiver, 100%. I think he's the most talented of the bunch and the most lethal with the ball in his hands. That said, love Corey Davis as a number 2. Very, very high on Corey Davis. I do think the two of them are going to be good moving forward. I think we really need tight end help, and I would love Keelan Cole to be that other receiver. Jamison Crowder still getting in there. I'm curious to see what happens with Crowder at the end of the season. If he's willing to wind up coming back and signing some type of deal here, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. I think having as many young, good playmakers around your quarterback is probably a good thing. And now that we're finally getting the ball into Elijah Moore's hands more frequently, I think we're going to be pretty happy here. Ashton Davis can catch, so he's better than Jamal. Well, he got his first interception way quicker, right? Or I shouldn't say way quicker, right? I mean, at least it was a starting quarterback. Tua was starting quarterback. Jamal just got his first interception off a starting quarterback last week. So, whatever. All right, those are pretty much my thoughts. I'm not going to go too crazy into this. I think we're just an inexperienced team right now. I don't think there's anything to be overly frustrated about. There's some boneheaded, questionable, I don't want to say play calling, but head coaching, timing decisions that are really frustrating. I'd like to see them get worked out. But overall, kind of what I expected out of the Jets. I think if you can say you're getting better week in and week out, then that's a positive. And I do think we were better today than we were last week. Let's see if we can carry some of that into next week while correcting some of our issues. And hopefully Carter comes out healthy and more continues to click. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. This is Jets Talk signing off. JETS.